the song of a madman wild and free. Hell spawned of a grizzly bear and a giant redwood tree. Hear shriek and cry that makes the bravest of bones chill. Hope you never
How's everybody doing out there in
run into
TV
the boxer they call Bill. The boxer they call Bill. They say he drinks up rivers in a single thirsty gulp. Got challenged by Paul Bunyan
for a
and
super
beat him to
special
a pulp.
December 17th stream.
He calls his problems just for fun. Don't know his ABCs or numbers, but knows he's number one. Knows he's number one. Sub-Saharan warlord with a fleet of pickup trucks, 750s and Toyota Hilux caked in blood and muck. Set his sights on Bill's last mistake, as everybody know. Ain't no man alive who can stand against a living.
I'm gonna drop my favorite CDDA fact as soon as the song is done.
It's that you like CDDA, isn't it?
Oh,
It's your favorite game?
Suspicious truck-shaped dumps, iron bolts would turn in shame at the iron he could pump. I heard he jumps a jump rope that's made from a giant bridge. 80-foot cans of muscle milk, the tundra is his fridge.
One of these days I'll learn a music thingy and I'll play this. I will learn one whole music thingy. What do you call it, a music stick?
Well, you could do it with your voice.
Just run off to the hill. But if he sets his rage on you, there's nowhere left to hide. So bend your knee and kiss your ass. You're going
Record all the instruments. It's just all vocals. With auto-tune, enough auto-tune, anything is possible.
Guys, I need you to know that if you attach 20 horses to a vehicle as the only means of propulsion, and you put it to max speed, the horses will run themselves over. In CDDA. They'll run themselves over, it's amazing. Also, when I'm done this, I might try getting a Pitbull powered chariot at some point.
My other question is, how were you able to get 20 horses in CDDA?
A lot of work.
That's not easy.
A lot of work.
Because they die real easy unless you have them surrounded by vehicle on all four sides.
I was also making videos at the time, so I did do a little bit of spawning.
But yeah, you can actually. You don't need the horses in the front either. You don't need them in the back or the sides. You can put them literally inside the vehicle as long as they're on a ground tile.
Traders. The latter wanted to experiment on Cassandra to see what.
Which in my mind is kind of hilarious.
She's got Disguise and Shadow Cloak. She's good.
Ooh.
How will I ever break out of my cell?
The intro banner is still on, Noot.
Sure is, guys. It sure is. Yeehaw.
There we go.
How does one break out of a cell exactly in this? Be more specific.
How's it going, Hidden Boss? Glad to have you with us.
Okay.
By the way.
On her cell door was easily picked with a hairpin.
Okay.
But the guards were on high alert. If they saw her loose, they would shoot to kill. Cassandra's companions were here as well. She could free them.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah, she has disguise. She's good. Excuse me. This almost feels like cheating, but I didn't. But I got the card. I didn't cheat to get the card.
Detector's sophisticated machinery.
Now I need to be very careful to not touch my face for the next rest of the day.
Why? What are you working on?
Cassandra
I'm
could now
de-seeding
free
hot
her
peppers,
Oh,
dried
I
hot
see.
peppers.
Have you ever thought of wearing vinyl gloves or something?
It's more so that there's going to be mist all around me, like a light coating of hot pepper dust, and so, yeah. Also, the more my hands heat up, the worse it gets.
Too
Because,
bad I didn't have equalize, because I could just use equalize in this level to get the 1 HP, and then go and just pop this guy. And that's an achievement unlocked.
One shot to finish the entire
No,
map,
use
or...
equalize at the start of the level and don't and win it. Because equalize makes it so every single person on the map only has 1 HP.
Yeah. AK bullets are lethal, friend.
Which of you does the most damage? Should have given her the holy musket. Oh well. I could just walk right up to him and fan him.
As in, I'm your fam, bro?
No. As in firing 3 bullets in a very short span of time.
Yeah.
By whacking the cylinder.
Sorry, hidden boss. Yeah, you need to. I believe you need to have the card equipped on the character before the match starts to even
Yeah.
do equalize.
I can't, huh? Yeah. Unfortunately so.
Hey, Ralphie. Sag.
You know it's that but true. Paco's got one hell of a game leg, huh?
No.
His movement speed is not great, huh?
Well, he should just walk it off. Isn't that what the whole plan was, right from the start, from just to walk it off?
Sure. Oh, that's almost definitely a trap, huh? What are our odds of walking out of here in secret? Nil. Okay.
You don't want to stealth it?
Not possible. There's too many. I wouldn't be able to subdue every enemy.
You can't hitman it?
No. Otherwise the game would be too easy.
We don't need to hitman every level, but at least some levels, maybe. No. Oh.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Oh. Don't worry. I'm only 8 peppers in. I've got 3 kilograms of dried peppers to go. Oh. I should say 3 kilograms of dried chilies to go. Oh, and my cheeks are itching. Uh-oh. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Why can't I open you? What's up? What gives? Let's take a look, see what's up. Oh, do you want me to go from the inside or something?
Well, Ralphie, I can definitely say with the peppers that I'm doing it with, they're you might be able to walk it off. You're definitely not going to be able to do the other one. I'm a little bit of a masochist, not that much of a masochist.
They really don't want me using that area for whatever reason. Oh well. He's intimidated, but he doesn't know why.
The ambiance.
It must be the ambience, huh?
Gotta say, the my 3rd generation peppers here are a lot easier to de-seed than the previous generations because they're just so much bigger.
Nice. Are they good? Sometimes bigger peppers, or sometimes bigger vegetables ain't as good for one reason or another.
They're not bigger because of forced growth. They're bigger because I've been crossbreeding them.
Ah.
Yeah, and I do sample them throughout the season to see how spicy they are, and yeah, these are good. These are what I would call acceptable. Yeah, when I nibble off just the tip on the end, my lips go numb. So yeah, that's good. Guess is between 80 and 150 K Scovilles. That's when they're not dried, mind you. Dried more than that. Just the tip, Ralphie. Yup. Just take a little nibble of the first 3 mils. And then it's like, I've made a mistake. Also on cold days yeah. As well. I've talked to Sushi about it. We haven't gone too much in detail about the what we actually do. And I don't know if we actually go for the same types of peppers. I think he goes for habanero. Whereas I'm a sweet chili fan. I don't like habaneros because they're generally, to me, bitter. And I really don't like bitter peppers. Like, that's one reason I'm removing, yeah, Carolina Reapers, yeah. Also, where I'm at, Ralphie, Carolina Reapers, the growing season just isn't quite long enough, even if you start them indoors. Whereas the Ring of Fire chilies, I can usually get quite a number. Like, I've got several kilograms of dried peppers. That's not possible with Reapers. It just isn't.
Jalapenos grow like gangbusters. We found out this summer why they're so affordable most of the time.
Yep. No, I judge each of my plants on a bunch of metrics. Amount of prep peppers, how big the first peppers are. I don't care about how big the later peppers are because I know they'll be bigger, but I want the first peppers to be bigger because that means the season fails.
You still have an early yield.
Yeah, I'll still have a good crop. Heat and disease resistance. And yeah,
Yo, I fucked like 8 of these peppers and only 2 of them got herpes.
It's more aphids. And like sometimes they get a weird leaf curling disease because, well, they crossbred poorly.
Alright, where's the ambush? Come on.
I mean, you're not wrong, Hidden Boss. Thanks, Ralphie. Thanks. That's 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 a thing I said.
Bro, okay, thank God,
What?
She almost got glitched and stuck, huh?
Oh, yeah, no, that would do bad. The developer's not watching our stream to patch it on the fly this time. Hey, don't apologize, Ralphie. Don't apologize. I know what I said. And then I kept saying it. Because sometimes you have to follow through.
Boop.
Oh, I have a question for chat. What should I do with all of the pieces of the peppers that I'm cleaning out? It's mostly just seeds and the internal white stuff. I mean, Ralphie, that is absolutely true. Ralphie, I would consider composting it, but the problem is a lot of the insects in the ground will die due to the level of pepper capsaicin. I was honestly possibly thinking of using it as sidewalk grit because it's pretty fine. It's just
No,
bunch of pepper seeds.
animals, it'll hurt their paws, though.
In the snow.
Yeah.
I guess.
People have to take their pets on walks still in the winter.
That's true. I don't think there's too many in my area. I might just do the driveway then. I don't know.
Trick shot. Damn you, Paco! Was that so hard? Evidently.
Ralphie, that is true. Yeah, there is a chance of tracking it. Yes, yeah. I could throw it in the compost, but there's also like the small, like mischievous side of me thinks it's like I'm gonna have half a kilogram of hot pepper detritus.
You can use that to make a hot sauce. Just add it to a smaller batch of peppers.
No, this is just the seeds.
I thought you
It
said it
would
was
be
also the seed membrane, isn't it?
yeah, but that's so little as part of it. It's
Uh,
by volume at least, it's 95% seed. Like it would be so incredibly bitter.
Fair. Run, Paco, run.
I also wish there was a faster way to do this, but like, because currently what I'm doing is I crack the green tip off, I break the pepper in half, and then I use a hors d'oeuvre fork to kind of jostle the seeds around the inside on each half and
Horse
drop them out.
doovers.
Yeah. It's just so tedious and slow. I've been putting it off. Ralphie, they are Ring of Fire. At least they were originally. My Ring of Fires are half again as big as the standard ones. So think a chili pepper that at its widest when fresh would be a centimeter across and maybe 15 centimeters long. Not very curled, fairly straight, like just the tip gets a little curled at most. If you were doing it fresh, yes, I dehydrate them while they're Ralphie. I dehydrate them while they're whole, and then after they're dried, I remove the seeds. Just because I don't have time to deal with it during the actual growing season. Like, heck, I'm just dealing with it now. And I have kilograms of these dried peppers to deal with. I mean, perfume is an option. Just a little bit of a curl. It's fine.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, run back into your office.
My house is a little cold and I don't mind it right now because I'm definitely feeling a little warm.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Oh, and each plant, I take the first 2 or 3 big peppers that it produces and I keep them for seeds, and that's how I figure out my breeding process for them. I usually try and plant 20 to 30 plants, and then I only use the seeds of at most 5 of them.
Alright, this is Paco's moment. He literally can't miss,
I mean, that's a good call, Ralphie. That would make sense. Yeah.
If she killed him, she would lose the opportunity. She told him she would take her chances.
And technically,
The protector was
birds
gone,
could eat it.
and so was his knowledge of how to use that machine. But Cassandra wasn't ready to give up that easily. She had the protector's notes and documents, and all the time in the world.
Oh my.
Several days later, Cassandra decided she was ready. Nightmares flooded her consciousness as exhaustion took its toll.
One thing you can also use it for, which I've considered in the past, but it's a lot of very careful work, is if you're like me and have poor circulation in your feet, you can put it inside your shoes.
Ow.
Yeah. Well, it heats up your feet. Increases blood flow. Is painful though. It is quite painful, but part of the process. Hey, didn't you know we're playing Dark Sun now, Hidden Box? Man, the Dark Sun levels were always my favorite in Disgaea. If it wasn't such an awful game to watch, I would stream it occasionally. But it's just so boring to watch.
Wait, this is another one. This is one I actually can just rush because I don't know if anybody can see her with during a nightmare with her shadow. Only one way to find out, right?
I guess so. I don't know. We honestly should get that Beaver game playing. I thought we did play it for a little bit. You're talking about the one with the floods, right?
Cassandra, come back.
You know, no, Ralph. You know what we need? We need someone to start playing a tower defense stream. Let's go real no community interaction, and not a good one either. We're talking like Terror Hedron. Or worse, let's start streaming idle games. Yeah.
Oh, like Kenshi.
Kenshi's not completely an idle game.
It has pretty strong idle game vibes. That's for damn sure.
No, I'm talking like a clicker. And not one of the graphical ones either. Like, do a straight up text base. Go all the way of just like, yeah.
The room contained not only machinery, but
Worst
also
part
the
is,
protector's
I actually
failed
kind of
human
like
experience.
a bunch of text-based games. Like I like the old
Cassandra flipped
Angbands.
the last lever and closed her eyes in anticipation. A short but excruciating moment later,
I'm less familiar with that one,
the
Ralphie.
curse was lifted.
Did she just get lobotomized?
She was finally free.
You're just walking off, right?
We missed trinkets? Hold on. Let's find out what's going on here.
That would be tough, hidden boss. I like it, but I think the only way to make it fast enough would be to have to use AI art gen, and I don't think there'd be enough support for that. Okay, thanks, Ralphie. You're not talking about the horror game, right? The worst AI we could find. Yep, that would be an option. We'd also have to test it ahead of time to make sure we don't. We have one that's not got like limited amount of images. It's like, oh yes, the stream's 5 minutes in, and we've hit our max. Oh. Yeah, terms of service violations would be another one to watch out for. I'd have to actually read the
goddamn trinkets list.
I'd have to actually read the entire TOS then to figure out.
This motherfucker doesn't list the unlocks.
Dun dun dun. What kind of guide are you using? You're going back to Game Facts?
No, Steam.
Man, I remember when Game Facts was the place of choice for guides. Oh yeah, Nintendo Power! I gotta give him a call and figure out where that item was, yeah.
Damn it. And the tournament trophy is what I missed last time, but that was my own damn fault.
Was it a tournament of champions?
See how fast I can do this.
I wish games still had like the big head mode cheats. Big head mode was awesome. Even in games that didn't really need it. Like, can you imagine like this game but big head mode?
That would be funny. We're gonna breeze through all of the all the story for this one.
Oh?
Yeah.
Grand Inquisitor.
You don't think any of it's going to be important?
This is a replay.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I am focusing on my peppers right now. I can't look at the screen as much as I would like.
Nah, I can already tell this is gonna be frustrating. I'll just do without them. Florence was taken from me far too soon, but you can still save her. If the devil is to be believed, destroying Purgatory will require a legendary posse, though. In the meantime, your father has become a formidable warrior, pursuing his own agenda.
All wasn't lost yet. If Purgatory could be destroyed, Florence would be set free. There was just one catch. Only the dead can enter Purgatory. So, to fulfill his plan and upset the order of nature, he needed you, half living, half dead, to do his dirty work. You'd only get one shot at this. To make sure you didn't fail, you set out to find a cadre of legendary gunmen to put together the ultimate posse. Meanwhile, the Undertaker, still searching for some measure of redemption, struck a blow against the evil forces
Poor
massing
Undertaker.
against humankind. The enemies that remained came together to end him once and for all. Chased, wounded, and trapped in an abandoned fort, he awaited their final offensive.
Let's see this through to the end, boys.
The cult decided the time for attack was nigh. Your father readied his weapons.
The battlefield echoed with rallying cries of your father's enemies.
It's a lot of fellers.
Are they guarding the portal to hell? Sorry, Purgatory.
No, they're attacking me. This is Undertaker, not
Oh,
Warren.
yeah. So what do you feel about games that have an ending mission which is not winnable?
Depends on the level. Or depends on the game.
Like, sort of like a...
Last
you know
Stand.
you were... Yeah, you know you weren't going to win, but it's a last stand.
They can be okay. This game doesn't have one of those, though.
Enjoy bowling for work there, Ralphie. Make sure to go, like, super hard. Show everyone who's boss. The bowling boss. Oh, that breathing in that deeply was a mistake. Oh. Oof. Depends how they do that too, Bully. I've seen games before where it's like you find out halfway through, it's the fun. Like the game is you've already had the ending cutscene and all that. and then you have like one last mop up mission, and then you find out it was an ambush about halfway through, and it just doesn't stop. Like, sure, you did win, but yeah, now you are the threat. How you doing today, Bully Snake, by the way? Yeah? What do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, mechanic work, yeah. Yeah, I get that. I can imagine it's either really slow or holy shit kind of thing. As people, well, they don't want to have to do mechanical work in the winter. But when they do, oh boy.
This feels like a bad idea, but oh well. Let's save.
Oh, my eye is real itchy. Well, that's an issue.
Ow, my skull.
And the way you're playing this game, though, the skull is a vestigial organ. It's
God
nice,
damn you.
but not necessary.
Oh. Oh.
Mm. Oh wow, that's a real big itch in my eye. Oh,
Don't do it.
I know.
Don't do it.
Well, you guys will be able to tell if I do it if I start screaming in agony.
Yeah, no shit.
Mm.
Bye. I'm fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Are you hitting the point where you can no longer start walking it off?
Yeah. He's hiding like a little bitch though.
Your enemy?
Yeah.
Man, life would be different if I didn't enjoy hot peppers this much. I wouldn't have gotten into gardening. Wouldn't have my current job, all that fun stuff.
Where you going, boy?
I'm going home.
I ain't done with you, boy. I thought the level was over. What's going on?
The level ain't done with you yet, boy. You have to walk into the pentagram.
No, I gotta destroy blood vials, I think. I want to see if I can do it in a chain kill.
Just casually walking to the center of a pentagram. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, that doesn't count for chain kills. That makes me...
The demon was reborn in a flash of burning brimstone.
Hi.
But there was a way to sever its connection to this world.
Be one with it, I guess? Give it a hug. Oh. First batch. Complete.
Later on, your father questioned a survivor to suss out your location. He revealed where you were headed. Your father, the Undertaker, would confront you there.
Purgatory? It was time to bring Florence back, which meant you needed a posse hard enough to
The
invade
first member of
Purgatory.
your posse would be Jefferson Burns. As a decorated war hero and Indian fighter, you would likely find him in the nearby
My war
military
hero.
encampment. Of course, you were still a wanted outlaw from your brush with the Masked Man.
You arrived at a burial place. It was reputed to belong to one of the four evangelists, a gang of four brothers named Mark, Matt, Luke, and John. A tall, red-clad figure sat on the tomb. He presented himself as Grand Inquisitor Cervantes. He told you that each of the brothers' tombs contained an inscription that told a part of the story. If someone read the story in the correct order, it would reveal the location of the gang's stash. What's your business here? He said he'd been sent by a mutual acquaintance to help you on your perilous endeavors. Cervantes claimed to be good with a gun and have a way with words. His services were at your disposal if you wanted him, but you had to make your choice now. Yes? Mark was the eldest, and the others had always followed his orders. But John harbored a secret bitterness. When they finally tracked down the masked doctors responsible for the atrocities, he disobeyed his eldest's command to provide cover. Without his brother's protection, Matthew was riddled by bullets. They buried him there. Warner?
Riddle my bullets thusly. 20-04 or more.
Nice, unholy power. And a missing forefinger, apparently. The camp was nearly deserted. Only a couple sentries remained. Burns was nowhere to be seen. As an outlaw, approaching openly would guarantee a hostile response. You could take them out one by one, but it would likely yield less information about where Burns was. Sneaking past the guards was simple. You saw a sergeant talking with one of his subordinates and managed to eavesdrop on their conversation. It seems Burns was leading an attack on a nearby Indian village. More insight. Apparently Commander Burns was a decorated war hero with a reputation for risky methods. His most notorious achievement had been to infect himself with smallpox, then intentionally be captured by the natives, infecting them in turn. The resulting plague decimated their population, allowing the army to wipe out the survivors without sustaining a single casualty. Burns had survived, with facial scarring a testament to his bloody-mindedness. He thought about ways to use this information to your advantage, Hiccup. Armed with this knowledge, you were about to retreat from camp. You walked straight into a sentryman. You emerged from the resulting gunfight wounded but victorious, Yay.
Fracture. You didn't need that part of your spine anyways. They're not here, God Boss.
Who?
Or Hidden Boss. The God and Angels.
He could be working, you don't know that. He could just be
Pulling
less
the-
flamboyant about it.
Pulling the 9 to 5.
The only mark of burial on this pile is red sandstone with the heavy inscription plate. The brothers fell into disarray. Mark blamed John. John blamed Mark. And Luke, who had always brokered their peace, was powerless to reconcile them. Tempers escalated until John drew on Mark, and another brother fell. This time by the hands of his own kin. So Matthew would have been first. This would have been second. So Matthew and John. The hearse was not carrying the worldly remnants of the departed to distant soil. Instead, it contained living human parts kept alive in jars by electricity and Eldrin's bombs. Mark was resolute. Whoever did this must pay. John and Matt disagreed. For the first time, the brothers were divided. Three? John drifted alone, rootless and without purpose. Finally, tired of being outgunned and outnumbered, he decided he would not continue. He was preparing to take his own miserable life when Luke returned, bent on reconciliation. He'd found some leads on the masked doctors, and the time to strike was now. Is that all of them?
Well, there's 3 of them, yeah.
There was 4.
Well,
I'ma just Google this shit.
you know some of them were in the right order.
I know some of them are in the right order, but not enough.
They go check out the doctor. They find out about the doctors. They check out the doctors. They disagree what to do with the doctors, and then they shoot each other.
Letters formed words, and the words formed sentences. They spelled out the location of the 4 evangelists' secret stash. We're gonna smoke some dope, huh? A bland, unmarked grave matched the descriptions decrypted from the evangelist tomb's descriptions. Your long digging effort was rewarded with findings of substantial material value. One-armed bandits. Who needs accuracy with a round this big? The ultimate last-ditch effort. It's a sawed-off rifle.
A grave robin we will go. A grave robin we will go.
Plume of smoke visible from miles away guided you to the site of the pacification. The village was in ruins, littered with body parts. The army had not even spared the women and children. You noticed a lone limp figure laying on a rock. You approached it. It was Jefferson Burns. Cervantes spat on the remains, saying the coward must have taken his own life out of grief over the massacre. You picked up the gun lying by the body and motioned for the Inquisitor to leave. You already had your first companion anyway.
The next candidates were Randy Harden, a notorious gunfighter, and Henry Persons, a former Pinkerton agent. The local crime lord would know where to find them.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Is it gonna be okay?
It'll be fine. Your
That's
party
good.
came upon a circus tent set up incongruously in the middle of the Badlands. As you neared, you saw that it was surrounded by armed men wearing clown makeup. A sign read, "The Dazzling House of Peculiar and Strange." Your previous travels told you this was the Algredo Mystics gang. Their leader, Wizard Algredo, had a reputation for making things and people disappear without a trace. Ixnay Josh and Jamie Harris were a knife-throwing act. The woman bore numerous scars, and Ixnay Josh was missing a couple of fingers. Still, his aim was unerring despite his obvious affinity for strong liquor. The show advertised Grunks, a wild beast of uncanny strength, but while Grunks was very hairy, he was definitely human. His act consisted of lifting increasingly heavy objects. After every feat, the audience demanded more, and Grunks obliged until, on lifting the heaviest object on stage, a loud crack resonated across the tent, and mighty Grunks fell to the ground and was carried away by other strong men.
Aww.
A gypsy fortune teller was reading poems for the patrons. According to her sign, she was Dakiana Veduva, mystic seer. As you approached, she became fixated on you, her horrified mouth agape. Finally, she screamed, "Foul hellion, I never laid a hand on those puppies!" Then slammed her kiosk shut and ran away. You watched a quartet of trapeze artists known as the Biscoito brothers high up near the ceiling of the tent. Victor, Paolo, Alex, and Raphael performed amazing feats of human agility. You knew a fall from that height would kill anyone, but the show ended safely with a shocking salto mortal that garnered a standing ovation from the crowd. Phoenix Jarkith was a fire dancer who leapt through blazing hoops, hopped over burning poles, and blew giant plumes of fire from her mouth. She crowned her act by taking a cigar from one of the gawking spectators with her foot, then lighting it with a fiery plume and returning it to his mouth. As she bowed, the people showered her with dimes. Falcrum the
Making it
Techno
rain.
Mage was a gentleman in a top hat presenting his perpetual motion device. In it, a ball traveled endlessly through a looping maze of tunnels, trains, wheels, and cogs, apparently propelled by the power it generated. The Technomage offered to sell it to anyone willing to pay his astronomical fee. You didn't feel compelled to jump at his generous offer. For a moment, these displays of human talent provide welcome distraction. For a moment, at least, you felt relaxed and inspired. You left the tent and its weirdness behind. On your way out, a queer fellow tapped you on the shoulder. He said something about recognizing a fellow connoisseur, then bit hard into your flesh. You pushed him away, and he quickly retreated, tipping his hat. For the rest of the day, you had a strange aftertaste in your mouth. Did I just get the cannibal card? I just got the cannibal card.
Dun dun dun.
Yummy. A tall, gaunt man introduced himself as Sean Vermillion. He said the wizard was waiting for you and offered you a complimentary drink. A single shot glass filled with a cold yellowish liquid sat on a tray. Vermillion looked at you expectantly. Drink! Vermillion led you through the dark corridors lined with colorful circus posters. Finally, passed through a flap door and into complete darkness. Vermillion was nowhere to be seen. You were trying to make out what might be in the dark room when, with a heavy thunk of machinery, a single spotlight appeared. A tall figure stood in, wearing some sort of cloak. You wanted to walk toward the figure, but your legs didn't work. You just stood there, watching. Sudden flash of light blinded you, the shock making you fall to the ground. When you opened your eyes, the room was brightly lit by floating orbs of cold blue light. A short, bald man was wearing a long robe and strange eyeglasses stood above you. Sean Vermillion stood behind him. The small man presented himself as Wizard Algrado and claimed he had business with you. He told you to nod your head if you wanted a lengthy explanation or shake it if you wanted to cut to the chase. Nod! The wizard smiled and commended you on your choice to accept the drink. It meant he didn't have to resort to violence to make you listen to him, and he knew who you were, and who you were looking for, and that you should give up now. The wizard considered Hardin his property and said the man was currently detained where he belonged. Persons, though, was a different matter. Henry Howard Persons used to work in the Pinkerton Special Divisions, but several years of his service were blank. The wizard assured you Parsons was quite insane, but that he found the man fascinating, especially his obsessive search for pieces of a specific meteorite. And apparently no law or property or human decency could stop him on his quest to acquire these pieces. He was the ultimate collector. Therefore, the wizard continued, if you wanted to make contact with Parsons, you needed to find a piece of the meteorite, and you were in luck. When the meteor traveled through the skies, it left a trail of debris in this very area. All you had to do was obtain some of these pieces in whatever way you deemed acceptable. 4 pieces would be enough to attract the strange man's attention and make him emerge from hiding, the wizard said. With these words, he nodded for his men to take me away.
No, I guess you gotta hunt down a meteorite now.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're going to be in people's collections.
The Vaquero. This had once been a thriving town. Now it was reduced to a single bar, the Vaquero, run by the former mayor, Marshal Todd, maybe. It seemed liquor and tobacco were the only things he sold in this godforsaken road. You entered the bar's large courtyard. The bar was populated by a seedy mix of farmers and cowboys and lowlives. In addition to drinks, the Vaquero also offered trade. Following barflies owed money to the bar. These couldn't be real names, could they? You So Amazing. Zimjack James. Spin Dr. Mario. Sup Air Tech Top. Richie Kojanowski. Adam Viper Pliskin. Snake Pliskin, Cthulhu Hedron, Satish Sharma, and Eric Doidle.
That's offensive to all the doidles out there.
Doidle.
Doidle.
What do you say we take 5?
Sure.
Feels like
I'm
good
just
time.
gonna keep picking peppers here, because even though I gotta go to the washroom, I'm feeling that's a bad idea right now.
Yeah, that would involve a lot of soaking your hands first.
I'd actually go outside and brush them off in the snow repeatedly.
Yeah, but there's other... I've actually found... as long as it doesn't set too far in the skin, like absorbed already, using a little cheap cooking oil to rub your hands, followed by soap, helps get some of it.
Yeah, I'm past that point.
Yeah.
My fingers are stained a little red at this point.
Ooh, I hate that.
It'll be fine.
Alright, we're gonna do the musics. Yeah. We'll be back.
A storm begins to gather beneath the neon light. A thunder crack of lightning. It's time to start the fight. 100,000 pairs of eyes, hearts darker than the sea. The lights go down, the cameras roll, and all eyes are on me. It's Night Fight City tonight. In the Colosseum we show our might. Will we survive next falling scene to earn our daily Ovaltine? The people gather start to cheer as the bow
That was rough.
A normal guy singing about mighty men. I'm a hetero dude just singing about mighty men. Hide in the locker room at 10:30, staring at dicks for hours, and then I go home and sing about mighty men. The guy cleans my pools, a mighty, mighty man. He empties those filters like a mighty, mighty man. 6'9" with the rocking tan. I wanna do stuff that the Bible banned. Gonna put on a dress and sleep with that mighty man. My roommate is a mighty, mighty man. My friend of 50 years, a mighty man. I met my buddy in the county jail. Makes me smile, never fails. A prison daddy's a mighty, mighty man. The guy at the park's a mighty, mighty, mighty man. Even after dark,
Hello.
I can tell he's a mighty man.
Hi.
I told him I knew a hotel that's cheap. The lights went on and the sirens bleep. These cops arresting me, a mighty man.
How goes it?
Alright.
These cops arresting me, I'm mighty. The public defender's a mighty, mighty man, man. I know he's got this, he's a mighty, mighty man. I told him the bathroom's a private place. He told the judge he wants off case. He speaks his mind, my mighty, mighty man. The doctor is a mighty, mighty man. Applying those electrodes like a mighty man. Says he can fix what's wrong with me, but the only big thing that I want to see is more and more and more of those mighty men. I want more and more and more and more of those mighty men.
We back.
Yep.
If I go to a church, won't I catch on fire?
I'm sure you wouldn't catch on fire instantly. There would be some thermonuclear explosion.
You arrived at a
fire.
well-maintained farm composed of several large bungalows with extensive red lighting. Emma Bye-Bye's debaucherous establishment was known for its security. The place was guarded by the same woman who worked the clients. Only a fool would cross them. Let's do it! The brothel was a large complex. A gaggle of gunslingers hung around in its bar. The kitchen behind the counter led to an open courtyard, but you were forbidden from going there. You were allowed in the lobby, where the women watched you with distrust, while doing their best to look seductive. Emma Bye-Bye, the establishment's madam, remained in her office. The bar was about as busy as the private rooms, with women working both as bouncers and waitresses. You noticed some vaqueros sitting around at a table. If you were picking fights, those fellas could be a heap of trouble. Apart from them, though, it was mainly old ranchers gambling and sipping their booze. Hell no. Big fight, What you got on tap,
We got cold and hot water.
I asked if the name Randy Harden rang any bells. I have a sneaking suspicion it's gonna ring a lot of bells very quickly. When the girl made a face, you knew you'd hit the jackpot. She pointed to a building across the farm. Harden was there, she said, detained on orders from the wizard himself, which no one could figure since Harden had been the wizard's lieutenant for years. She pulled you in close and said she thought it was because Harden was a diseased husk of a man, no longer fit for any real job. She said if you wanted to see him, you should talk to Madam Bye-Bye. Her breath hot in your neck, she asked whether you wanted anything else. Madam? James Rusk, Emma Bye-Bye's assistant, let you through the door and followed close behind you. The room was adorned with papier-mâché decorations and china. In the center of the room, like a dare, stood a massive safe cabinet. You heard someone clear her throat and turned to see Emma Bye-Bye looking at you disapprovingly. Emma Bye-Bye looked at her assistant and the two started giggling, then burst out into laughter. You were tempted to shut their mouths with a gun. Seeing your consternation, Bye-Bye explained she only did business with important people. You mentioned your role in the masked man's untimely death, She said that barely compared to being a trusted ally of the wizard and the leader of a feared and respected organization. You wondered aloud whether she was confusing the word ally with henchman. She looked at you dispassionately as she lit a cigar on a long, slender filter. She asked why you were interested in a worthless son of a motherless goat like Harden. She inquired as to whether you ran a charity for cripples and hobos,
She's, not very nice.
Struggling with your temper, you only managed a no. She laughed disdainfully and asked her assistant to buy you a drink, then escort you from her premises. You refused the drink and left the office. They would live to regret this. I'm gonna load and put a bullet in his belly, start the fight in the office.
And Bully Snake, I think the wrestling stuff got popular after Noot was making music.
Yeah. The lonely, dilapidated wagon was parked beside a popular resting ground. Dr. Mason von Vorner's wagon smelled very strongly of liquor? No, it must have been antiseptic. The doctor looked at you absent-mindedly through his greasy glasses. He may have been drunk and high on opium, but he was the only medic in town.
Never get high on your own supply.
What are you, my mother? Illegal mines, eh? Came across a prospecting site where a group of slaves toiled in narrow, coffin-sized holes in the ground, hauling silver from beneath the earth. It was doubtful these mines were sanctioned by the authorities. Rumor had it Mr. Breck, one of the proprietors, had a collection of precious stones. A piece of meteor was his most prized piece. Threaten! Their threats fell on deaf ears. You had to kill them. They put up a fight and wounded one of your companions, but in the end you retrieved the stone. Nice. The piece of the meteor in your hand heated up, melted, and sank into your skin. You felt empowered, but if you wanted to collect these pieces to drive persons out of hiding, you had to avoid burning them up, Oh my.
I guess we need to find 4 more now.
Game's a dirty fucking liar. Who wants to eat some meteorites with me, I got a rumbly in my tumbly that only meteorites can fill, The stench of tanning liquids was smothering, but the tanner was rumored to possess a piece of the meteor, so he pressed on. When he told him what you were looking for, he shrugged. He had once used the piece in the tanning vat to speed up the reaction. Now, though, he'd found a reliable source of tanning catalyst and didn't need the meteor anymore. Unfortunately for you, however, it lay at the bottom of a toxic vat full of toxic material. If you were desperate enough, you could simply reach for it. I need somebody else to do that. Somebody who isn't wounded yet.
Couldn't you just, get a pair of grippers or pliers?
Probably. I want somebody that I can immediately heal afterwards.
Like, there's this thing designed to get things out of liquids. It's called a soup ladle.
A local chapel used a piece of the meteor as the main jewel adorning his communion chalice. Vicar Simon Sams, who the locals respectfully called Bishop, refused to surrender the stone.
Your only option, shoot up the church. This will put you in the good books.
Hang on.
You had a mission.
Alright, let Cervantes do it. The vicar squirmed but gave up the chalice without further objection. Absorb. Swiftness. Yeah, alright?
Yeah, no, I'm good. It just... the pain is creeping upwards.
This wild land was Indian property. If the rumors were true, a powerful native mystic lived here who could take the form of a cougar. It was said he possessed another piece of the meteor. Many hours... that's one funny-looking cougar. Many hours later, as you were about to give up, you spotted the cougar. It looked ordinary, except for the unusual pattern on its face, and a necklace with a piece of rock tied to it.
I didn't know Diggs was in this game.
Yeah, I know.
Diggs for meteors, I guess. And you're killing him on his birthday, too. Same.
Shoot it. The cougar dodged the bullet and leapt at you, knocking you to the ground. The two of you rolled around the hillside as you desperately reached for your boot knife. Finally, you got it loose and slit it between the beast's ribs. You sustained grave wounds in the struggle, but the meteor piece was yours. Me hungry. Ow, my insides. Oh, an Acropolis, You arrived in an area dominated by sinkholes and mud pits. It served as a graveyard of sorts, allowing coffins to simply sink into the bog was highly economical. Isn't that the kind of problem that comes back 200 years later?
I'm sure it's fine.
Your reflections were interrupted by the sight of a tall figure pacing back and forth across the necropolis. In the morning mist of the surreal landscape, he looked like an apparition, dressed in all black and carrying a shovel. He looked as though he must be an undertaker. If the rumors about someone like that hunting you were true, this man could be dangerous. Who the hell are... Yeah, kill every undertaker. That's what we gotta do. It's the only way. The man's polite greeting turned to excitement as you realized who you were. His name was Shane Carter Holmes, and he recognized you from the hunt from the masked man. Between coffins and funeral services, your one-man slaughterhouse routine, as he called it, made him a pretty penny. He'd been looking you for weeks to express his thanks. He handed you a stack of useful items, including some cash and the piece of the meteor. Nom 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 nom. I hit absorb, right?
I did not see.
You bastard. How far am I gonna have to fucking load? Because of you. Oh. Not you, by the way, the game,
Yeah, no. I am well familiar with how you curse things out.
You slut. Oh well.
Oh.
Let's see what happens if I snipe him and take it. Before you reached him, the body had already disappeared, leaving only his top hat with a piece of meteor tucked in its band.
So you don't get the money and supplies.
Yeah, so either that's just not supposed to give me power, or it's glitched, but either way, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
You might need more and more meteors each step, too.
Zorb, well, there's only 2 left. Orchid House. This inconspicuous ranch away from the main road housed a black market which dealt in contraband of all kinds. Let's trade first.
Hey, thanks for the follow there, Arcalargo. Arcalargo? How would you prefer me to pronounce that? Gotcha. Donka donka. Oh, Arca works. Yeah, yeah. Have you ever listened to us on the WBPL 76 here before? Or any of the other streamers?
The Inconspicuous Ranch. Oh yeah, right, I already read that.
Hey, and thanks for the Prime sub.
When you made your unusual demand... Oh, thank you! When you made your unusual demand, Yuha Ackerman, the merchant, looked agitated. He considered the rock a lucky charm and was unwilling to give it up. If he did, he would charge you more for the rest of his goods to make up for his loss.
Honestly, seems fair. Like, what use are you going to have for money soon?
For that matter... How does that help if he also gives me one more chance to buy stuff at the old prices? That's dumb, huh?
Yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, there's about... What'd you say? About 30, 35 people who stream on this channel?
Something like
You
that.
Noot? Yeah.
I have endurance. You had all the meteor pieces you needed. As you returned to the main road, you saw one of the wizard's operatives approaching from the opposite direction. It was Miguel Emerso Alcoa, a fierce bounty hunter. He said that if you had enough meteor pieces, he could lead you to persons. You explain what happened to the pieces. He was furious. The wizard had told you to get the pieces intact. He drew on you, but your companions were alert and on guard. Oka fell dead, riddled with bullets. You found the instructions in Okoa's pocket from the wizard. They told the exact location of persons.
Yeah, we're just having a bit of a cozy stream right now, Arca. I'm just co-hosting right now while Noot plays, and I'm working on de-seeding so many books. Oh.
Screw it, get another disease. Put your hand in the vat, feeling for the bottom for a stone. Your hand only felt a little warm, but when you finally found the meteor shard and withdrew it, you were severely burned. Keen eye. Let me see where the rest of these are.
I've got a whole bunch of chili, like dried chili peppers. They're a type of chili pepper. They're hotter than standard chilies. That I'm removing the seeds of in order to grind into a spice. The problem is I have several kilograms of these dried peppers. I have gotten in this entire stream, oh, I'd say a little less than halfway through one of my containers. How long have we been streaming for?
Hour and a half.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I got about 7 hours left, maybe. 8 hours left of doing this. Not going to get it done today, that's for sure. Because holy fuck, I'm starting to feel it. I got shit to do tomorrow.
You good?
Me. Yeah, just a sneeze. I mean, fair. Like a lot of hot sauce, most hot sauces leave the seeds in too, because it is such a pain. I don't like how bitter the seeds are, and these are sweet hot peppers, not habaneros, but they're naturally not bitter if you get rid of the seeds. So that's one reason I work at it. And then yeah, I make up I'll get what, kilogram of hot pepper powder, and that should last me most of the season. Hey there, Rimward. We're doing pretty good.
Fuck it, you guys want to attack a brothel?
You're gonna shoot up the brothel?
Yeah. Randy Harden, lobby, talk to lady, what's the price? Not worth money. With lightning swiftness, you pulled the assistant's gun from his holster and shot him in the stomach. The usual, you know.
As one does.
He's got basically so many injuries that all those bonuses I built up just cancel them out, And that's it,
Things didn't go exactly as planned. Despite the odds, you still needed to get Harden out of there.
Emma, bye-bye. Aw, you bastard.
Sorry about that. Disconnected my mic for a second.
I was definitely talking to you. I'm shooting my way out of a brothel. Went in there.
Ark, the first time I dehydrated peppers, I had the brilliant idea that I would dehydrate them in my room. And it took me several weeks of coughing and lung irritation. I even got, I thought I just had a bad cold that wasn't going away. I got a steroidal inhaler from the doctor to deal with.
And you realize, no, just minor chemical burns the inside of your lungs.
Yeah, it turns out I was just like macing myself to sleep every night for a few weeks.
Babies first stop resisting, we all knew Cervantes worked for the devil. Working girl, is that what we're calling it?
Arca, absolutely. Some lessons I have learned the hard way.
Stupid window. Oh yeah, I forgot he regenerates, huh?
Yep, I grow my own peppers. I actually, I've been crossbreeding the Ring of Fire. It's kind of like a moderate hot chili pepper into something hotter. I grow that one in particular because it works well with my short growing season. It's quite a big producer. And, yeah, no, I usually grow 20-ish plants a year, and I choose the best 5 to become the seed mixture for the next year. It's not, like, hyper-scientific or anything, but it's been leading to nice results. This is the 3rd year I've been breeding them, and they're already substantially larger and faster producing than my original. I also grow them in containers, which makes it easy to transport, deal with, that kind of thing. Like, this year, for instance, I moved, and I didn't have to give up any of my garden.
Nice. Yeah, take your licks, huh?
Arc, it totally is. Like, if I ever have to worry about hailstorms or anything like that, it just takes like half an hour, and then I've got all the containers somewhere protected, and move on.
Uh-oh.
I can also pack them a lot closer together because they're all the roots aren't going to interfere with each other. I do need to put a fan in them to keep the airflow up, but in terms of soil, no worry about it. My soil is also kind of rich here. I suppose if I live somewhere permanently, what I might do is I might actually improve the soil quality and actually have like a raised garden bed, which maybe I could rotate a dome over so I could grow them more easily. But yeah, that's a good long ways away yet.
They sure do got a lot of working girls here, don't they?
Yeah. Hey, Blackfire Gaming, thanks for the sub. 30 months. Yeah, no, 100% Arca. I generally can deal with the wind, and like as long as the plants don't grow too big indoors, they're usually sturdy enough that that's dealable. I'm up here in central Canada, Saskatchewan. It's definitely the rain, either too much or lack thereof, that's going to influence my crops more. Which, well, containers make it easier and harder because you can control the amount of moisture in them. I've got something called a flood table. But basically, there's a table I have that the containers go on top of. It's lined, and all the holes in the bottom are where I add water, basically by flooding the table with a hose, letting it sit, and then draining it into a bucket later. And there's enough holes in the containers that even heavy rains aren't going to flood it. But yeah. Hey! Thanks, Blackfire. You're making us blush. No, we've been, it's been a wild time for us as well. I know I haven't been...
Swanky K, huh?
I haven't been,
Damn it, Warren.
co-hosting for quite that long. I think I've only been co-hosting for, what, a year and a half, Noot?
Year and a half at least, my dude.
Yeah. It was around... Oof. It was around midway through summer in 22, I think. Maybe the latter half. Well, doesn't really matter, but yeah. It's been fun. I've been really enjoying it. Although the past couple months I've been kind of lacking on story time with Chris, and that's my fault. I've been kind of in the dumps a bit, so. Expressive.
Don't die, Warren, don't die. Yeah. I'm pretty sure his face is already about as mutilated as it's gonna get.
That can happen. But yeah, my creative expressions of dramatizing my life experiences are kind of unmotivated right now. But working through it, as one does. Seasonal depression's annoying.
He just keeps coming back for seconds, what can I say?
Just keeping on, keeping on.
Yummy.
Ooh, favorite Star Trek character. Ramshackle Salvage is asking us what are our favorite Star Trek characters. Do you have one, Newt?
I'm not actually a Star Trek fan. I was always more of a Star Wars fan myself. So.
Myself?
This could be a bad idea.
I'm trying to think who.
It was especially a bad idea because she didn't actually take an injury from it. That's unfortunate.
I actually didn't like too many of the engineering crews, because I always felt it was too technobabbly. And I know I say that as a nerd. I didn't mind Tuvok in Voyager, because he was like a modern day Spock, but without the as much corniness of the original series. Didn't like Riker.
I fucked this up. I'm gonna get my ass killed.
Picard, well, I liked until I met his fans. You know how that sometimes goes.
Thank God for healing.
Yeah. In terms of characters over the entire shows, I think the Doctor is up there, because he had the most character growth that was actually like meaningful. Bones versus Beverly Crusher. Bones.
Ew, she brought her kid to work.
And then everyone had to deal with his problems for the next 30 years.
Yep. Yeah, it would appear so.
Oh, no, sorry, the Voyager Doctor. Ramshackle. A.K.A. character name, Doctor. Although I will say, Bones made a fantastic straight man.
Yeah, mangle that foot, huh?
Sorry, I can't. I don't want to touch my mic right now, so I apologize for this. So, Newt, to give you an idea of where I'm at with these peppers right now, my fingers are getting greasy from the pepper oils.
Oh no. And peppers, by and large, do not have too much oil in them, huh?
Don't worry about it.
They are not an oil-producing crop, are they?
Capsaicin is oil soluble.
Therefore, they must have some.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, kill Swanky K. Which doesn't solve the original problem I was trying to solve. Shit, huh?
Not entirely.
Although he does have 9 HP.
Hey, remember, the only hit point that matters is the last one.
Mmm. Yummy.
And putting these in the blender later is going to be a thing of beauty.
Yeah, have fun never having anything sweet in that blender ever again, eh?
Oh, it'll be fine.
Pretty sure at this point I'm just killing them for fun, huh?
I mean, that does sound like something your character would do. Not exactly a upstanding citizen.
This will most definitely be the last, or actually it might not be. We'll see how fast we can break into that fort. But it is very likely we will be pausing mid-whatever today.
Fair enough.
Cervantes is just going to get one quick bite for the road.
Yeah, the soundtrack for this game is repetitive. I agree. Excuse me. Hey there, UNC Samurai. I think the West is been fully hardened. Honestly, I'm kind of terrified that my fingers haven't started tingling yet.
I don't really have a new game I'm excited about, if I'm being honest, at the moment.
I know myself, I do want to play Stalker 2. I just, I'm not going to play it until I'm done all my winter seasonal chores. Like the ones that need to get done over the course of winter. Not just, like, daily chores. That, and pretty sure they'll patch a lot of the bugs before I can get to it,
Garden's
which is
guard
nice.
was strong and imposing. You couldn't release Harden with her around.
Oh, no reaction shot because I'm already in her range. Shit.
Ramshackle 3? What's 3?
Does Hard West 3 come? Oh, 3 games.
Oh, 3 games. Yeah, I was like, is there a game called 3?
Oh, no. How long ago was that? Not too long.
Ooh. Ah, my nose has got a full good on run now.
Oh my god. Alright, let's get out of here.
That seems like it could be actually kind of interesting. Sort of like all those like ambulance simulator, blah simulator games, except, you know, the stakes are a little higher. Oh yeah, Arca, the Harebrained Schemes BattleTech. It is so much fun. It actually still has a substantial modding community. Like, there's one called BattleTech Advanced and a few others. And you're not. You can play on in the entire inner sphere.
Release Harden with her around.
Come on, hit me like you mean it, huh?
That's cool, Ramshackle.
What's my max health now? 6? Well, that sucks. Oh well. Wound's a wound.
Health grows back.
Harden thanked you and cursed those who betrayed him. Of course, he had no idea why you freed him in the first place. But there was too much shooting to be done to discuss that now.
Naturally. Liquor and opium, that's exactly what he needs.
I mean, it's gotten him. It's worked for him so far, right? Yeah, those are the ones, Arca. Honestly, I'm gonna say avoid rogue tech unless you really like the tabletop rules, because while rogue tech is technically the biggest out of all of them, it's the tabletop rules don't greatly enhance single player gameplay.
Where were them biddies? I want to say they were in that house. So.
Hey, Digi, how's it going? You actually caught us right at the end of our stream, and who's up next?
I mean, we still got another 20 minutes, my dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. Oh, neat. Oh, I just got a Twitch message that's going to be kind of cool.
What?
Build 42 for Project Zomboid was just dropped.
Nice.
NPCs, boys! Arca, I totally get it. I totally get it. I know that's not the way I do it, but I can completely understand doing something like that. I just tend to be so strapped for time that I know if I don't play it the way I want to play it, I'm never shit.
I want to say one of them has a rifle and one of them has a shotgun.
Yeah. Mecha Man. Everyone's just like, you're a has-been, I'm guessing. Nice. Hey, Digi. So are we all. So are we all. I'm gonna be so glad when the winter's over. I am tired of it already. Blackfire, it's been only, what, like 2.5, 3 years since it was rumored to come out? Now, big downside, my current run of Project Zomboid and all the mods for it are just fuckered now, but that's part of the Steam ecosystem, yay!
Damn it, didn't give me a wound. Also, that would have killed me.
UNC, that's fair. Cold affects me a lot more than heat does, so, like, especially, like, if I live with someone who likes it a little chillier, or if the wind just dips down to the 30s, like the minus 40s, I don't like it when I can't even move my fingers to type. Because it's like, I should say, if it's around 15 degrees centigrade, I find that unbearable cold if it's like that for many hours. If I'm physically active, not an issue, but if I'm just sitting at home, gaming or something, I have to wear gloves. which is just no.
Ah, give him his licks like you mean it, girly.
Getting hurts. Yeah, no, that sounds kind of awful there, Arca. Ice is this is shit. I guess the other reason I'd like it to be warmer is because I'm honestly ready to go back to work. I help run a greenhouse. I'm the general manager there, and it means I don't work in the winter. Now, given Noot would probably claim that I work a bit too much in the summer, and he's not wrong, but
No, not what I wanted to do, god damn it. Wait, no, I needed liquor. Shit. Yeah, I just got a little high first.
as we do.
Ow. Oh, for God's sake, stop running. This isn't working the way it's supposed to.
It was a bit of a treat. I tried a chip with my hot peppers, and oh man, are they good! Just a little sliver of the shell, and even dried. I was just like, "Yup, yup, that's sweet and tasty," and a little bit of a mistake. Deep breaths.
She's gonna keep doing this difficult, huh?
Oh, I'm gonna be fine, Arca. I don't know if they have the lambs in Rogue Tech. I know they have them in Battletech Advanced. I don't know what year Rogue Tech is set in. I think it's set a little earlier in the timeline. It would heavily surprise me if Rogue Tech did not have the lambs.
She's gonna do the exact same thing, but this time she's gonna hit me. Shut up,
No. Swing and a miss. Ramshackle what? A Karate Kid movie? Making money off our childhood. That's what they're doing.
Whatever.
With every enemy dispatched, the whorehouse was uncommonly silent.
Well, that's because you killed everyone there. That's why it's silent.
Alright, we no longer have time for a fight because of that display. Oh.
Alas.
Yep.
Still, thanks for streaming, Noot.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, guys. I've been Noot.
Then I've been Chris.
Keep your stick on the ice out there.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, bye-bye.
Oof.